I'm just asking myself, is there a time where you feel like you've done enough that day? Because even though I've written like 200 cold emails today, I've cold called maybe 30 people, and I maybe, hopefully, signed my biggest client ever for like 750 euros a month, which is pretty crazy. But even though I did all that, I don't feel like I've done enough. I woke up at 5 and I basically haven't eaten yet, even though it's like 8 p.m. at the moment. And yeah, still, I don't feel like I've done enough. It's crazy, but I never feel like I've done enough. I always feel like there are people who are doing more than me, which is crazy. Like, what can I do to actually get more out of my day, get more done? Because I never feel fulfilled. I never feel like, it's enough for today. I can maybe watch some Netflix, I don't know, some TikTok shit. But I never feel like I've actually done enough. No matter what I do, no matter how much money I make in a day, no matter how many emails I send, how many replies I get, I don't care basically. I never feel like I've done enough that day. And I'm asking myself basically, what amount of work do I have to do so I can feel fulfilled? And that's what I'm asking myself. But I think that's never actually going to happen. I think even if you achieve more, you always want more. It's the same with money. No matter how much money you make, you always want more money. But maybe that's just in me, and I always want more, and I'm never fulfilled with myself. That's probably just me. I've never been fulfilled with myself, so I don't know what's gonna change that, but we'll see. But yeah, it's interesting, No matter how much I work, I never feel like I've done enough, which is crazy to say, but I always feel like, I should have done more. I shouldn't have wasted that time. I shouldn't have done that. I should have rather did that, Even if the work is productive, I still feel like, it would have been a better investment if I would have done that. If I would have done that. Maybe I should have bought that. Maybe I should have called that person, I always have these feelings, and I always feel like, I should have done that instead. That would have been more productive. I can't change the past. I can only change the future. So now I gotta have to figure out, how can I be the most productive? How can I get the most out of my day? And because I feel like cold emailing isn't that productive anymore, and cold calling is way better, because cold calling, you directly call the person, and cold emailing, most people don't answer anymore. And yeah, I feel I really should shift to like cold calling, because in my opinion, that's more productive work. So gotta have to see how things figure out. Gotta have to cold call a bit more people over the rest of the week and just figure out how things are going, and then we'll see how everything is gonna end up. Yeah, but that's it for now. Maybe you have any tips. So maybe you don't feel fulfilled as well, and maybe you have any tips for me. I'm waiting for that, but I don't know, but I never feel like really I've done enough, which is crazy, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Who knows? Maybe God has a plan for everybody, and that's my plan. But that's it for now. I'm gonna go to dinner now. I really need to eat something now, and that's it for now. See you in the next video. Goodbye.